Friday, heading into a long weekend for most people. I'm Deirdre Fitzpatrick.
And I'm Teo Torres. So we have reached the final day in June. Tamara was thinking maybe we'd get through it without a triple-digit temperature.
Came close.
Yeah, very, very close. But no, we are bracing to hit the triple digits and well into the triple digits for many. As we take a Skycam view here over Sacramento, we came close yesterday. But again, today is expected to be the first of a 3-day holiday weekend heat wave. Nearly every community across the area has cooling centers set up over the next 3 days. By the way, we do have a QR code on your screen right now on the corner there if you do want to find out more information on a cooling center near you. Also today is a Spare the Air Day.
Here we go. Meteorologist Tamara Berg joining us now, taking a look at what is coming.
Yeah, we almost made it through June without a single triple digit, but I think today is the day. Of course, we had kind of the appetizer yesterday as we got close to the century mark. I think today we're going to get there for two big reasons. You'll see right now we've got just a crystal clear sky over downtown, and that Delta breeze is starting to fade away. Right now, Sacramento's at 65 degrees with south wind light at 4. Also, the marine there along the coast of California, it's starting to shrivel down. So as that all happens and comes together, you know we're on the verge of a hot day ahead. In fact, we're already going to be low 70s by 8 o'clock this morning, on our way into the 80s by 10 a.m., 90s by lunchtime, and we're going up from there with daytime highs in that 100 to 103 range for areas around Sacramento County. Right now, the cool spots, Davis down to 59, Vacaville checks in at 65, Elk Grove off to a mild start at 65, and we're hanging on to some low 70s across Oroville, Grass Valley, and Colfax, also in those lower 70s. Blue Canyon checks in at 68, Auburn out that door to a mild beginning at 73 degrees, and we'll continue to again go up from here. Foothills Planner, 10 o'clock temperature of 85. We're into the low 90s by lunchtime, and daytime highs that'll be highly impactful in the foothills will be in the range of 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. with temperatures in the mid to upper 90s. Coming up in my full forecast, I'll show you the hottest day of the weekend to plan for and what's ahead as we look towards 4th of July. 6:02, if you're planning to head out on the roadways, Aaron's what's out there?
Yeah, a few complicated things. Let's start with this accident. This in the North Highlands area, specifically Myrtle Avenue, headed westbound near Roseville Road. So initial call came in as a car versus multiple people. Now we do know that multiple cars are involved. We don't know how many people are involved. We're going to keep an eye on that and potentially take a look at that actually on scene. Now there's another accident. This Highway 50 westbound near 35th Street. Not a great location because it's just accumulating more traffic near this Fix 50 project. If you're headed out on the roadway, maybe this is your time to commute or get on the 50. This is what it looks like if you're headed into that I-5, either north or southbound, or you're trying to get into the grid system. So that's what you're getting into. Other than that, Sacramento looking pretty okay. We have one slow and go area here on I-5. This was a semi-truck versus a car. Those lanes are now trying to be reopened, but that is slow and go. Everyone else is looking pretty fine. Stockton looking good, I-5 to California 4, Tracy looking fine, those drive times not too shabby. We'll keep an eye on all of the developing things, though, happening in the North Highlands area. Back to you.
All right, thank you. New this morning, a portion of Interstate 5, Yolo County, back open after a shooting in a police chase. It began late yesterday afternoon with reports of a shooting near Williams in Colusa County. When the Highway Patrol tried to stop the suspect vehicle, it resulted in a low-speed pursuit to Dunnigan in Yolo County. Spike strips caused a crash, and then there were huge backups in both directions. They were shut down. 3 people were taken to the hospital. It is not clear yet if they were shot or injured in the crash. Some drivers were stranded for more than 8 hours. Northbound lanes reopened finally last night, but southbound lanes remained closed until 3 a.m. We're waiting for more information from the Highway Patrol about what happened exactly and the conditions of those injured. We also have new details on a crash from another site last night. We're now learning 2 people were hurt after 2 vehicles collided. Happened on Greenback Lane and San Juan Avenue around 7 o'clock. Here's a look at the site of the crash. A truck and a car were towed away. Both drivers were taken to the hospital. One of them had life-threatening injuries. The roadway was shut down for several hours but has since reopened.
Well, new this morning, 4 people got wounded in a shooting that happened at a parking lot in the Florin area. Happened in a shopping center parking lot just off of Florin Road at Power Inn Road before 2:30. Sacramento County Sheriff's Office says all 4 people drove themselves to the hospital and their injuries are not life-threatening. The parking lot did close for a few hours as deputies investigated. We're also waiting on more information from Fairfield Police about what they're calling a major police action last night. Happened around 9:30 at Montclair Way, south of Greenfield Street. People in the area were told they should stay inside. No word yet on exactly what was going on.
Well, happening today, number of people trying to get out of town for the extended holiday weekend.
Highway Patrol is going to start a maximum enforcement period tonight, but today is actually also going to be the busiest air travel day of the summer, too.
However, it's been a very rough week for air travelers across the country. We have team coverage. Dirk Verdorn will show us where weather could impact the travel.
Let's go ahead and start with KCRA3's Melanie Wingo. She's out at Sac International Airport. Looks like you're like between flights right now behind you.
That's how it feels. You know, if today is going to be the busiest travel day of the summer, you wouldn't know it by what we're seeing right now. However, we do expect things to get busier here at SMF as the morning progresses. But so far, so good out here on a Friday morning. The Friday before 4th of July. Sacramento International Airport says it expects its busiest travel days for the 4th holiday to be today, tomorrow, and Wednesday after the holiday, with late morning and early evening flights the busiest. Now, we hear this every time we have a busy travel day around a holiday, but the airport says it bears repeating. Ahead of your flight, give yourself plenty of time.
Be aware that you may not be able to park where you want to park. Our parking has been filling up pretty regularly, so we really encourage people to check out our website before you even leave the house and look at the up-to-minute parking information that we have there. It'll tell you what's available, how to get there, and that way you don't have any surprises when you get here.
And speaking of that airport website, I have it pulled up here for you right now. It's the Sacramento International Airport, and it has that parking information, and it also has flight status information. So if we go to the screen that shows you the arrival and departure information, you can really just see, if you click between the tabs, arrivals, departures, things are on time so far this morning as we take a look at it. But as the day progresses and different weather happens in different parts of the country, or, you know, different delays occur, that will be updated real time here on the airport website. So that's a great resource. You heard it from airport staff. Not only will it give you information about parking here at the airport, but also that information you can get at your fingertips before you even head to the airport regarding your flights. Reporting live at SMF, Melanie Wingo, KCRA 3 News.
You know, the other thing on that site, Melanie, that's so good, and you kind of briefly mentioned it, is that map of where the parking spots are.
Oh, yeah.
And it's updated real time as well. Like
Yes.
how many spots are in this garage? How many are I mean, you can really save yourself some
You
time
told
as
me
you go
about
out.
that.
It's fantastic.
I've used it every single time.
It's
Melanie,
great.
thank you. Thank you very much.
6:08, let's go to KCRA3 meteorologist Dirk Verdorn. I can see why people might want to now get out of town.
Because of the heat? Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you're going to be jumping in from the frying pan into the fire, though, in some areas across the nation, because we have some heat that's still turned up across the area. And not only that, but also areas that are cooler are dealing with some smoke. And that's what we're going to start off with, is the smoke from the Canada wildfires that continues to work its way across the Great Lakes and into the East Coast. And that's what's happening now, as we're seeing it shift a little bit more to the east. So the higher population areas getting some of this, like New York. You can see we don't have the very unhealthy air quality this morning, but we still have unhealthy air quality. So it's not as concentrated, it's not as bad, but it's still bad. So from New York across Pennsylvania to Pittsburgh and even into Cleveland, still we're dealing with the poor air quality. This also makes its way in towards Baltimore and Washington. Detroit, Saginaw getting some of this. Milwaukee also still getting it. The air quality should be getting a little bit better, though, as we go through the day today and into tomorrow. Other thing is the high temperatures. Still we have the heat in the south. We're continuing to see that heat stick around. Not only is it going to be hot, but we're dealing with conditions with the humidity. And so that's what I want to show you today. So this is through Sunday. We're still going to have the heat here in the west. We're going to have the heat throughout the south, but then I want to zoom in here and just show you, these are the heat indexes. So even though temperatures may not be at 100 degrees or more, it still feels like it because of the humidity. So we're looking at heat indices anywhere from 100 degrees to over 112 degrees. Again, it's not as bad as it has been, but if you're going to be traveling to these areas, be prepared for some hot, sticky weather. That's what's going on across the nation. Now back over to you.
All right. right, Dirk, thank you. Happening today, a big change in leadership among some state lawmakers. A little later this morning, it's the inauguration ceremony for California's newest Assembly Speaker. Robert Rivas is going to become the 71st Speaker of the Assembly, and that will mark the end of a contentious year between him and the current Speaker, Anthony Rendon, in a power struggle that divided the Assembly Democrats. Rendon has served as Assembly Speaker since 2016, making him one of the longest-serving speakers in state history. But after some decisions questioned by Democratic caucus members, Assembly Democrats did vote Rivas in. Rendon is going to be officially handing the baton over to Rivas in the Assembly chamber. That's going to be happening at around 9:30 this morning. Meanwhile, lawmakers in the state Assembly did approve a majority of the bills related to Governor Newsom's infrastructure package. The bills look to cut down on the process and the paperwork that's associated with the state's Environmental Quality Act. One of the bills would ease protections for dozens of wildlife species, and that allows the Department of Fish and Wildlife to issue permits for projects that could impact protected species as long as it doesn't jeopardize their existence. The bills passed are now heading to the Senate. The Assembly members will vote on more bills next week.
We are expecting at least one more big decision from the U.S. Supreme Court coming out in about an hour. This comes after the blockbuster decision 24 hours ago ending affirmative action in higher education. KCRA3's Amy Liu is in our Washington newsroom now with other college-related decisions impacting millions of current and former students.
Well, still another major decision left for students as the Supreme Court weighs in on President Biden's student loan forgiveness plan, the president vowing he will advocate for students.
Adversity should be considered, including students' lack of financial means, because we know too few students of low-income families, whether in big cities or rural communities, are getting an opportunity to go to college.
Speaking on the Supreme Court's decision over affirmative action, President Biden suggested a possible new standard in the college admissions process, promoting diversity in the system. He directed colleges to take into account adversity students have overcome, including their financial status. Referencing the quote-unquote colorblind Constitution, conservative justices said that universities discriminated against white and Asian American applicants, reversing decades of affirmative action policies.
The policy that has been done in the past decades has actually hurts the minority groups, in particular the Black community and Latino communities, in the sense that if they are not prepared for college.
And in his opinion, Chief Justice John Roberts said that students can still write about race in their essays and allow colleges to consider their impact. In Washington, I'm Amy Liu, KCRA 3 News.